Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we have our May predictions and we are going to take a look and see what the month of May has in store for you guys. So as always, we have three piles here below. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you like, you may go ahead and choose with the crystals listed above if that helps you, or you may go ahead and pause the video to meditate on which pile you're feeling most drawn to. As always, I will have the timestamps listed in the description box, so once you have selected your pile, you may go ahead and fast forward to your reading. As always, remember these are general readings, so not every message may 100% resonate with you. If it doesn't, just again, like I said, take what does, and if nothing's really speaking to you, then perhaps what I would do is go back and select maybe a new pile, because perhaps the pile just was not meant for you. So keep that in mind just as a little disclaimer, in case this is your first time viewing any type of pick a card reading, or if you are well versed in these types of readings, then again, just as a reminder, these are just general. So again, we have pile number 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to go ahead and get started with group number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and place the crystals on top. And we're going to move these guys off to the side. And we are going to start with group number 1. So if you guys selected pile 1, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to take a look to see what the month of May has in store for you guys. So we are going to start with the 7 of Cups, okay. Queen of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, the Magician in reverse, okay, and 4 of Swords in reverse. Okay, group 1, you have quite a bit going on here. So we seem to be kind of at I don't want to say necessarily like a standstill, but there's something kind of blocking you from moving forward. You guys are faced with a lot of choices here at the beginning, or it seems like in the month of May. There's going to be a number of choices presented to you. But the thing is that you're going to have a hard time, or it seems like for some of you, there's definitely going to be a hard time deciding which route to go. There's a lot weighing on your mind. I feel like you can't really sort things out, or you have a really difficult time honing in on what exactly it is that you want. Especially with all of these cards here in reverse, I just feel like, that kind of speaks to you, like as to how you're feeling in the, for the month. Like, either you're going about things a little maybe too carelessly, maybe not giving too much thought into your decisions or your choices, or there's definitely some sort of, instead of like moving forward, like with a definitive choice, you're just kind of like, well, I guess this might seem okay, so I'll go with that. But nothing's really being thought out thoroughly, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like, with this Queen of Swords energy and the Fool here in reverse, that to me tells me like there's just something either being careless, or that we're just not really, like I said, putting too much emphasis or thought into what it is that we're really wanting to do. Like, there's just something really halting you guys at the moment. So I'm really kind of curious as to like what that is, or why we're having a hard time manifesting what it is that we want. Like, there just seems to be something going on, or something that's really halting you from making your dreams come true. Because I don't even know if you guys necessarily know what you want at the moment. Like I said, you have all these options, and I feel like you're going through the motion of like, okay, if I select this route, this is what could happen. If I do this, that'll happen. If I do that, that'll happen. So I feel like that is, you're definitely trying to think things through as to like worst case, best case scenario. But the problem is I'm seeing like a real self-doubt creep in, which is why it's being so difficult for you, um, to move forward. Maybe there has been a really good opportunity presented, it has presented itself to you, or it will present itself to you in the month of May, and you're second guessing. You're second guessing as to whether or not this is, the right choice for you, or if like you should even really, go about it, because you seem a little, detached here with that Queen of Swords energy. Okay. So either you're very emotional about whatever this situation is, whatever has presented itself to you, your emotions are kind of, I think, clouding your judgment just a little bit and causing you to second guess whatever it is that you're being presented with. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know this is it's kind of vague here at the moment, and I'm hoping with the rest of the oracle cards, maybe we can get some more definitive answers. But that Knight of Wands energy in the reverse typically talks about, a delay in moving forward. So, or taking action of something. So I feel like, you're stalling, or you're maybe at a standstill of not being confident enough in your decision and your choice. So you're just kind of hanging around in limbo, so to speak. The Magician in reverse also signifies, just being unable to manifest things clearly, or having a clear thought as to what it is that you want. So again, self-doubt is really, I feel like, the main thing coming into play here, being doubtful of who you are and your capabilities. So you guys, I would take this as a, maybe a warning, like, just if you don't want this to happen for you in the month of May, you can change that. I feel like this is more so just letting you know, like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't allow, these negative thoughts to creep in and to take over to, stop you from taking these opportunities. You guys are going to be presented with some or multiple opportunities for something. This could be whether within your job, relationships, whatever it may be. There's going to be something presented to you, and you are going to have to make a decision at some point. But again, don't allow any negativity to seep in to sway you. Like, obviously really think things through thoroughly, but don't doubt yourself and your abilities. Okay. This Four of Swords energy here in the reverse just talks about you being restless. This should be a time for you to, really sort out your affairs, figure out what it is that you want and how you're going to, move forward. But because everything is just kind of so cloudy and hazy at the moment, you're having a really hard time figuring out and thinking clearly. So this month is definitely going to be, I think, some inner work for you guys to get to this point to where you can then, feel more confident within yourself in moving forward in whatever endeavor you choose. Okay. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. Maybe we can get some more clarification with those. Okay. So these are the Moonology oracle cards. First we have is have faith in your dreams, the waxing crescent moon. So yes, like I talked about, just having faith even in yourself, not having self-doubt creep in. So if you have a goal, or you have goals over here in mind, have faith in them. Have faith that things will work out. You just got to set your mind to them. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Yes. So definitely this is speaking true to that self-doubt, having more confidence within yourself and your sense of direction, your sense of choice. If you have confidence within yourself, that's going to allow you to then move forward in your endeavors, and you'll be able to manifest things. Right now, it might seem pretty difficult to do that because there is, something kind of holding you guys back at the moment. So very interesting. All right, here we go. We have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. Yep. So there's definitely going to be some adjustments required. And I think that's just inner work, really tackling your inner self, your self-confidence, just trying to regain that. So that way, maybe you can see things a little bit more clearly, and then you guys know which direction to go in more confidently. And nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. This is interesting because I think this is a good indicator for those of you who maybe are feeling pretty anxious about whatever this is or whatever these opportunities are. If you feel pretty anxious or nervous about the possibilities of how these play out, remember, nothing is set in stone. Even this is not set in stone. So even if you're like, I don't know what this is necessarily speaking to, or I don't want to feel this way, you have the power to change that. Okay, so remember, nothing is 100% set in stone. And if you don't want to be clouded or to allow fear to seep in to where it could cause this hesitation or stillness or whatever, then, now's the time to really focus on what you want and really listen to your inner self. So I would definitely recommend, working on you now. So then that way, by the time May comes and maybe these opportunities present themselves, you might be a little bit more prepared and aware and know like, okay, I know what I want and this, is going to work out better for me, so just something to consider. All right. Next we have standstill. Yep. So just like we talked about, there definitely seems to be a standstill going on here with these opportunities. It's not like you're jumping at like one's really standing out. It's really difficult for some of you to make that decision. So you just feel kind of stuck. We have solitude. So some of you may be trying to seek solitude during this time in trying to get your affairs in order or figure out what it is that you truly want. Or maybe you're just feeling like, I just want to be alone. And that's fine. If you've got a lot of outside noise coming in, maybe that's the reason why we've got this whole indecisiveness, because you're just hearing what everybody else is recommending or saying to you what you should do. Maybe this is a good time for you to kind of like seek solitude and just, like I said, tune out the outside noise and really pay attention to what you want and listening to your intuition speak and come through. All right. Embracing. I love this. So yeah, definitely embrace, I feel like, your intuition, your inner self, and embrace these opportunities too. Don't be afraid. Don't allow fear to hinder you or to hold you back. And because that's what I'm seeing over here with these cards all here in the reverse. Oh, I'm so sorry. With these cards here in the reverse, because, there's so much going on that you're so restless and anxious about like why you feel maybe stuck at the moment and why nothing's really coming easy to you for you to make a choice. So I would say, from what is coming through, definitely embrace these new opportunities and, have that inner confidence so that way you can make a definitive decision. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at your C Melody Oracle cards. We have ambition. So it says, set your sights beyond the horizon. So yeah, definitely, have or feel more ambitious during this time. So that way that can kind of help with your inner confidence. Guidance, find safety in your beacon's light. So trust in your intuition to offer you some guidance here. Stillness, in calm waters, everything's becomes clear. Yeah, so we got standstill, stillness, solitude, for sure. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of being stagnant at the moment. So definitely take that time, to kind of sort things out and really allow your mind to figure out what it is that you need to. Like I said, I know this still seems pretty general, but there is something that's just really weighing heavy on you, or you're just having a difficult time in trusting your gut. You can't really quite hear it. But I think there's just a lot of outside noise coming in that's influencing you that you just it could be causing you to not know which direction you should go in. So use this time to reflect. Yes, use this time to reflect. So peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. So in this time of stillness, things will become clear, and you can also do some self-reflection as well. And chance, we have allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. Beautiful. So yeah, definitely take a chance, take an opportunity. At some point, you are going to have to make a decision. So whether it's the right one or not, you might have to just make a choice here, okay? Now, we have the archetype cards. Now, what I did with these is something a little different. So typically the way that these cards, or the way that I utilize them, is they're more so like personality trait cards. Now, how I decided to use them is kind of like how you're feeling during the month of May. Like what either like feelings that you're feeling, or like energy, personality traits that might be coming to the forefront more so. That's how I took it. And if the cards fell in the reverse position, then I looked at the shadow attributes. If they fell in the upright position, I took them as the positive. So this is how we're going to look, and we're going to kind of see, maybe they can kind of paint more of a distinct picture. Okay. So the first one we have is prostitute. So this fell in the upright position. Let's see if it'll focus. So this says, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Interesting. Okay. So you guys during the month of May will have, obviously we'll be faced with, some options here. Okay. But even in all of these options, one thing that is going to be for sure is that you're not going to sacrifice your self-worth, or I feel like your just your personal self. You're not going to sacrifice any of that just for money, or just for maybe a higher paying job, or whatever. Like, you're not going to basically compromise you or yourself just for the sake of an opportunity, is what I'm getting here. Okay. So this was judge, and this did come in the reverse. So we're going to look at the shadow attribute. So it says, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So but offering only destructive criticism. So I feel like this could be destructive criticism within yourself, okay? Because, like I said, there is this doubt that's very heavy here. That's, showing that you have a little bit of self-doubt, which is causing you to not be able to move forward or to make a clear decision. So I can understand that sense of feeling that that's really what's going on. You're kind of being maybe overly critical, or just, being very, like I said, very overly critical of yourself. So that could be what's hindering you from moving forward as well. Okay, so we have the father in the reverse. This says dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So this could indicate either an outside person, meaning like a boss or father figure, somebody in a sense of authority, or this could also indicate for you as well, somebody who's like either abusing their power or being a little too demanding or controlling at this time. So having that as an outside influence could also be hindering you, which is why there's all these choices. And like I said earlier, like maybe there's just a lot of outside noise coming in, maybe trying to sway you in one direction versus the other. That could also be an indication. So it doesn't necessarily mean like your dad's giving you bad advice or trying to make you to, or force you into doing something you don't want to. But that is, something to consider, as well as like maybe your boss, or just someone with authority, or maybe even just yourself. If you are a male watching this, you're a father figure, or somebody just in a very authoritative position, like we talked about, like just kind of being overly critical, even just of yourself. Okay. Next we have is mystic. So this says, I think I turned this around, so sorry about that, guys. It says delusional rapport with the divine. So delusional rapport. So just kind of like not being 100% in tune with yourself is really what I'm getting, which is why there's this time for you to just really self-reflect and listen onto your intuition. Okay, and then this is mentor. So we have passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. So I forgot this was in reverse. Sorry. I think all of these were in the reverse, and this one was the only one that was in the upright. So I apologize. So again, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master. So this very well could be, for some of you, it very well could be that your father is playing a huge role in not allowing you to do what you want, or maybe they're kind of like that voice in the back of your head. Perhaps like growing up, your father might have been a little controlling, or was very controlling in your upbringing, which caused you to have maybe some self-doubt in being able to make choices on your own. Again, that just came through. So that could be an indication, which is why for some of you guys, it is difficult. So in the month of May, you're going to come with this chance or opportunity to actually make your own choice. And the reason why you're kind of hesitating or self-doubting yourself a little bit is because you've always either been told what to do, or you've always second guessed yourself because you've never thought that you were fully capable of doing things on your own, or maybe doing more than what you normally do. So that is your guys' reading. I hope group 1, I mean, I truly hope that you guys take this and, hopefully really work on getting past this, getting through this. I definitely see you guys being able to go after your dreams. You are capable. Okay. I really want you guys to take this time, to really self-reflect and to really see what it is that ultimately you want, and go for it. Okay. So that was your reading. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys, how this resonated, and, if you guys are able to overcome any of these little obstacles. I would love to hear that. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. I would love to have you guys part of this growing fam. All right, we're going to move on to our second group. Okay, group 2. If you chose with the moonstone, or not the moonstone, the opalite crystal, then this is your reading. So we are going to start with your tarot cards, and then we're going to move on into your oracle cards. So the first we have is the Strength in reverse, 4 of Cups, reverse, Page of Cups, reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Wands, and King of Wands. Okay. All right. So group 2. So for the month of May, we've got some challenges, I think, at the beginning of the month here. So let's start with the Strength card here. So when the Strength card comes up in the reverse position, this typically indicates that, you're could be going through some sort of self-doubt, or doubting your ability of like how strong you are. Okay. There's some, like setback, or lack of confidence within yourself at the moment as to what you are fully capable of, or, if you're able to get past this hurdle. Okay. So whether this is a financial situation, whether this is within a relationship, work, whatever it may be, there's been some bit of a setback, and it's kind of causing you to have a little bit of doubt within yourself. Okay. The 4 of Cups is interesting as well, because this also, when it's in the upright, it typically talks about, you not paying attention to the opportunities being presented to you. Okay. However, when it's in the reverse position, it's, still indicating kind of the same thing. Like, opportunities are right there. They're presenting themselves to you. However, you're unaware of them because you're so, into whatever it is that is going on. Like your mind is completely somewhere else. Like you're so upset. I don't want to say obsessed, but like absorbed into whatever this situation is, or this setback was. It's almost like it's consuming your thoughts. So you're missing out on the things that are being presented to you, or the, you know, alternative routes being presented to you. Okay. So I would, you know, one of the things that seems to be really apparent here is that it, you know, Spirit is really wanting you guys to be more aware. Okay. Really pay attention around you and not let, you know, these little setbacks cloud your judgment or cloud you to where you then end up missing out on a new opportunity or something that was even better for you. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. Group 2, like as you guys move forward, like, you know, don't allow yourself to get so immersed into these, you know, into whatever it is that has come about. Okay. I know that might be easier said than done, because again, depending on the severity of the situation, I can understand how your mind can definitely be so, you know, engulfed in that situation. But I'm getting the strong sense that Spirit is really wanting you guys to, you know, try not to allow it to consume you. Okay. Now, Page of Cups. Again, this kind of indicates this feeling here of you just kind of being so consumed with your emotions right now. I can see your emotions are very high. So for a lot of you, you're very emotional at the moment. So it's almost as if, though, you know, there's a sense of emotional insecurity at the moment that might be creeping in as well, just because of whatever setback this was. It's causing you to really second guess yourself. And, you know, there's that sense of just feeling really low, not being able to rise above. And, you know, I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, I'm going to stay stuck, or I'm going to feel, you know, stuck in this situation forever, because that's not the case. Okay. Because you guys do have, you know, some positivity over here, you know, so I don't want you guys to get so bogged down, you know, like with this possible, setback, you know, just kind of like we've been talking about. I just look at it as that's all that it is. You can pick yourself up, you can move forward, you know, but just don't allow, you know, yourself to, get lost in this negative mindset, because the King of Pentacles here in the reverse is just indicating that you're forgetting your worth. You're forgetting your true potential and your true power. Okay. This can also indicate a sense of selfishness, and I'm not saying like that's, you know, everybody, but that, you know, because of just feeling hurt or feeling like, you know, you're just emotionally, your emotions are just kind of everywhere at the moment. For some of you, that could just be something that is something that you're displaying to others. You know, you're just kind of focusing solely on you, and like maybe a little bit of woe is me, and, you know, that kind of a thing. And so just be mindful of that. Like, you are worth so much more, you know, and you have to remember that you have 2 king cards here, even though one is in the reverse. What's great about these 2 is that this is just, you know, reminding you that you are able to overcome this situation. This was a minor setback. Okay. I know it might have felt like a huge emotional toll on you guys, whatever it may have been. But you're going to get through, because victory is, you know, typically the indication with the 6 of Wands. So it's like, you know, victory is assured. Things are coming, like good things are coming to you. Okay. King of Wands represents, you know, not only victory, but also just, you know, confidence, self-assurance, like just kind of having things, you know, all together, you know, just having it all, so to speak. So I just feel like, you know, no matter what this situation may be, either you guys are currently going through it, or you're going to go through this at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, you guys are definitely going to come back, and, you know, I feel like balance is going to ensue again. You know, you're going to get over this hump, whatever it was. Okay. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. Maybe we can get a little bit more clarification as to what this setback may be. Okay. So We have luck is on your side, New Moon in Sagittarius. So yes, there's definite luck here, okay? So even though it might not feel like it at the moment, know that that is definitely coming for you. All right, the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So like I just said, it is coming for you. So whatever answers or, clarity that you need, it is for sure coming. We have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, okay? So we definitely got some changes coming, so that's good. And a new start is coming, new moon. Okay, so yes, you guys, don't feel like this is the end all be all. You guys have definite good news coming. This little setback or whatever it was needed to have happened in order for positive change to ensue, okay? And it sounds like things are looking up, so that's really good. Let's take a look at what else we have. All right, we have leadership, blessings, and new beginnings. Yep, so you guys definitely have some new beginnings coming your way. Blessings, so take this as a blessing in the sense that whatever victory that you ensue from here or whatever you're able to overcome, that is for sure going to offer some blessings. Leadership, I love this because to me, that really speaks to you like this with that king energy as well. So I definitely feel like for you guys, you are going to be able to, like I said, not only are you going to get over, or you're going to overcome this obstacle or hurdle, whatever it may be. But I feel like you're really going to step into this leadership position or leadership role to where you feel rebalanced, where you feel confident again, to where you are able to kind of get back on the horse, so to speak, okay? So that's a really good indication for a lot of you guys, especially if you've been, kind of worried about what's been going on over here. Know that, again, it's just temporary and we've got some good things coming. So let's see what else we have. We have dream, follow your yearning for the deep blue sea. So definitely keep dreaming and follow your dreams, okay? We have listen. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. I love this. So I kind of take this as not only listening to others, but also listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner self to lead you to victory. Okay. Protection. Keep some aquamarine close. Mermaid's tears have been known to create these precious gems. So protection. So you guys may need to protect yourself. And I'm sensing from maybe this setback or from this hurt. Okay. Now, one thing I also forgot to mention with the Page of Cups here in reverse is this can also signify someone around you not being who they say they are or not being honest about something. There could be a little bit of sneakiness going on. So, those of you who might know who that is, or if there is somebody around you, maybe like, that they're not necessarily 100% trustworthy, that could be that indication as to, just who to be aware of. Okay. Next we have dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore, so take a risk. If you want to come out on top, you're going to have to, go for it. You're not going to get anywhere by just kind of sitting here, crossing your arms and pouting. You're going to have to obviously move forward and, go after what you want. Turbulence. The mind is murky in rough waters. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of turbulence here, like I mentioned earlier, but I just look at it as it's more so the setback. So don't allow it to hold you back, okay? All right, so last but not least, I have here your archetype cards. Now, I explained this with group 1, and I'm going to explain it with you guys. So what I did is I did this a little different. So these are typically like personality trait type cards. Now, how I use them in this reading is I decided to see what was your energy / personality going to be like for the month of May. Like what was going to be the main focus of how you were feeling, okay, or maybe what you're going through. So depending on how they fell out, if they fell in the reverse, I took that as the shadow attribute, which is what I will read. If it fell in the upright, we focus on the light attribute, okay? So the first one that you guys have is Mother, and this was in the reverse. So it says smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Okay. So as this could indicate either you or, possibly your own mother, or someone around you, okay, who maybe acts like a mother, who is like a motherly figure, okay? So either they're being too smothering, they're instilling guilt, they're trying to make you feel guilty all the time because you're more so independent. So if that is the case, this could indicate, this person here, or it could also indicate like this setback of you trying to move forward, but you're having somebody who's kind of holding you back in this sense, or just trying to guilt trip you. Okay. Next we have Lover. This was in reverse. We have obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Okay, so this person I feel like this could also still indicate this person here. So whether they are obsessive, in like trying to harm others, or they're just like obsessive maybe like with you, but they're not 100% obviously like loving or truthful. So that could also be that indication there with that Page of Cups energy. We have victim. So light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So yeah, you guys rise above this. You don't allow this negativity energy to seep in or to affect you. Again, like I said, I feel like this is what makes you guys overcome this situation. Rescuer. We have provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Okay, so either you could be rescuing yourself from this situation, or I mean, to me, I feel like that's mainly the indicator, because this is mainly about you. And like I said, you having whatever setback over here, I feel like you are going to be able to get yourself out of the situation. Whoever this person is, if they're hindering you in any way, or they're causing you to have self-doubt, or are emotionally draining, then I can see why for some of you being so caught up in that emotionally can be difficult, especially if they're like a mother, or like have like that motherly figure, attribute to them. They might maybe be someone that you're in a relationship with, or this also could be your own mother or somebody like that. So let's see what else we have. We have Messiah. So this says serving humanity with humility. So you being able to serve and help others, I feel like it's kind of like your true calling here. And then we had servant. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So yeah, I just feel like that just kind of speaks to you as a person, like who you truly are, and what you're just trying to obtain and keep, during this month. Like there's somebody that is not being who they say they are, or being somewhat deceitful, and I don't know if they're trying to sway you or what they're trying to necessarily do, but you are going to rise above this and come out of this, okay? And don't allow people to take advantage of you, for sure. That's just something that, came through just now. So, but overall, you guys do have some blessings and new beginnings coming your way. So that's definitely really good. And like I said earlier, we have, the answers that you seek are coming. So if you're wanting, more clarification, or you're just wanting answers to whatever setback has come about, those are going to make themselves known to you guys. So Group 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comment section down below if any of this resonated with you. If you are not subscribed and you would like to be a part of this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It truly, truly, truly helps me out like you wouldn't believe, and I would greatly appreciate any kind comments or support that you guys have. I do love reading those. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up, and we're gonna move on to our final group. Okay, group 3. So if you guys selected pile number 3, this is your reading. So we are going to start with your tarot cards, and then we will go on to your oracle cards. So the first we have is Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands in reverse, Justice, Seven of Swords, or Six of Swords, excuse me, the Empress in reverse, and the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. So, group 3. All right. So, group 3. We've got quite a bit going on here. So with the Page of Pentacles here in the upright, it seems like for some of you guys, the month of May, we're going to maybe be going back to school or considering going back to school. The Page of Pentacles is considered kind of like a scholar card. So like those who are wanting to focus, you know, or immerse themselves into their studies, into something in which they can become more knowledgeable on, or even just focusing more so on how to gain more finances, you know, gain more money. So that seems to be a focus for the month. The Ace of Wands in reverse is, you know, talking about being a little stagnant, like there is either like a pause or there's something kind of preventing you from moving forward with this idea of either going back to school or with maybe starting a new business venture or whatever it may be. There's something kind of stalling because I don't think everything's quite worked out. So the Ace of Wands in the reverse usually indicates that that you were trying to really figure out what it is that you want and how it's, you know, going to work itself out. So it's more so a pause. It's like I said, it's not that you're not going to get there or, you know, you're stuck. It's just, you know, I feel like you're using this time or maybe this month to really figure out the fine details of how you're going to get there. Okay. So the Justice card indicates that, you know, you're wanting to ensue some sort of balance with all of this. So I think that's why, you know, with that Ace of Wands here in the reverse, that, you know, there is that pause because you're really trying to think things out clearly. Like, how is this going to benefit me in the long run? You know, is this doable? How can I make this work? You know, you're trying to go through like the ins and outs, okay? But all while still trying to maintain, you know, balance and, you know, being fair, not only to yourself, but maybe to your loved ones, especially like if you're in a relationship, you live with someone, like, you know, you want to make sure that you're able to spend time with them whilst also focusing on your ventures, you know, your new ideas, you know, or going back to school, whatever it may be. So I feel like you're really taking this time to try to focus on how you can have it all, so to speak. Okay. So the Six of Swords is interesting because this indicates forward movement. So I definitely see you guys being able to move forward, but it's also moving on from, it can also indicate moving on from the past as well. So either the past in the sense that, you know, this is just a new chapter in your life that you're wanting to start, or you're moving on from a situation, whatever it may be, there is, like I said, this forward movement, like you're doing what you can to make this happen. Okay. Now the Empress in reverse is interesting because this means that Spirit's wanting you to take more time for you at the moment, okay, to nurture yourself. Either you've spent a lot of time nurturing others, and now this is your time to focus on you, especially maybe if you're a mother and you have kids and you have, you know, your whole purpose in life has been to focus on your children and raise your children. Now that they're grown, now it's like, okay, what do I do now? You know, now's the time for you. If you want to go back to school, do it. If you want to, you know, start a new business, whatever it may be, like those are things that you can achieve because you have the time to do that. Okay. So definitely take time out for you, whether that's just, doing things in which that, you love doing, whether that means like going, obviously once things reopen, going to a spa or going for a walk, going for a hike, just doing things to kind of reground yourself, would be really what would help you feel better. Okay. Now the Four of Wands in reverse is interesting to me because this kind of talks about like deciding whether or not with family or even in like a relationship situation, of whether or not like this is stable or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, or if things are going to like work themselves out, So for some, not all, but for some of you guys, there could be some miscommunication going on or some hiccups right now, whether this being with you wanting to move forward in a new business venture or a new career, whatever it may be. Or for some of you, this could be you guys moving on from a relationship. So if you've been with someone for a long time and things just haven't really been the greatest, there might just be, communication is just not in sync. There's just a real uncertainty of to like where your future is or like where it's going, so for some of you, if that's the case and you don't feel like your home is home anymore because of maybe some toxicity there, this could also indicate you moving on from that. This could be why there's, you taking time for you. Okay. And this could also indicate why there is this pause as to like you trying to sort out everything that you're wanting. And also, again, that Justice card, trying to be fair with everything. So again, for some of you, that could very well be what is going on for that month. But let's take a look at your oracle cards. Maybe we can get some more clarification. Okay. So first ones we have wisdom. Okay, so maybe for, like I said earlier, some of you might be wanting to go back to school or just to maybe do more classes just to get more wisdom on a specific skill. Purification. Okay, what else do we have? Delight. Flexibility. Okay. So purification just in not only I feel like within yourself, but maybe within just your life, just trying to start new, start over, start fresh. Delight. I feel like you guys are definitely going to be happy about this. There's going to be some delight. I'm not getting any strong sense of, negativity or like a bad breakup or anything like that. If anything, I feel like it would be amicable. It's like you guys would, if this does speak to you, if you guys, if there is a couple, you and your partner parting ways, I don't get the sense that it's going to be a nasty one. If anything, I feel like it would be a mutual thing. Flexibility. I like this because I just feel like it's more so you being more now flexible within your own life. Now that you're kind of focusing more so on you and like what you're wanting to do, just trying to find a way to make it all work. Okay. Let's take a look at your other oracle cards. We have don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Okay. So yeah, we've talked about that past energy there. You moving on from the past. Balance spiritually and practically. Full moon in Pisces. So yep, we've got some balance going on here. And emotions are running high. Super moon. Okay, so for some of you, yeah, this could very well be an emotional time, just trying to move forward. For some of you, this may not be something you thought would happen or something you would even or a place you would even be at. So I could understand why some emotions may be high at the moment. All right, next we have self-care, So drowning doesn't always require water. Remember that. So yeah, definitely take some time for some self-care, okay? Next we have strength, stay afloat, and feel steady and calm. Yeah, so just remember you are stronger than you realize. The ocean, be beautiful, mysterious, wild, and free. So just like the ocean. I love that. And we have prudence. Don't be lured by the siren's song, okay? So yeah, don't kind of stray off course, kind of, stick to, what you're trying to make happen, focus on you. If you focus on anything else, any outside noise, that can cause you to kind of get off track, okay? All right, and last but not least, we have the archetype cards. So I apologize, my neighbors are super loud right now. So with the archetype cards, typically these are like personality cards. So the way I like to do them in this reading, or the way I've decided to do them in this reading, is I wanted to see what is going on with you for this month, like how maybe you're feeling, what you're going through, maybe others around you, outside influence. So we're going to take a look at that. Okay. So, oh, sorry. And if they fell in the reverse position, I read the shadow portion. And if they fell in the upright, I read the light attribute. That's what it was. Okay. So first we have Avenger. So desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or others. So look, you guys got that justice card too. Okay. So yeah, you guys are definitely somebody who likes to be fair. So that's going to be your main sense of feeling during this month, is just trying to be fair. So if you're going through a split, you want to be amicable about this. You want to be fair. Engineer, ability, to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. All right. So I love that. So for some of you guys, yeah, you're definitely just trying to, engineer or design your own either new life or just going back to school. Maybe some of you are wanting to focus on a specific craft. If you've got that engineer background, you want to kind of like sharpen that back up. Next we have scribe. This says preserving knowledge and information. So again, I just kind of think this goes back to like school. So for some of you, that could be that indication. Okay, so this one we have in reverse. This is vampire. So it says depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Okay, so I feel like this feeling is what is going on over here in this Four of Wands in reverse, okay? So for some of you, if you know how we talked about earlier, like if you feel like your home doesn't feel like home anymore and there's a lot of like miscommunication, that could be it. It just feels very draining. Like the situation or the relationship feels super draining, which is why you don't feel like this is working anymore, okay? So again, that's mainly that to me makes sense with that. All right, and then we have the Knight in reverse. So this says allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Okay, so either yourself or your partner, in this situation, could have a romantic delusion in the sense of like what they think how a relationship should be. Not really, like I said, there's this miscommunication. So not really seeing eye to eye, because you both have different viewpoints as to like what constitutes a relationship or what constitutes, being happy in the relationship. So, again, just kind of take what you will. But yeah, so I mean, for the most part, group 3, it just seems like you guys, for the month of May, this is really going to be a time for you to grow, a time for you to possibly move on. But this is, I feel like, a really nice month in the sense that you're going to be able to overcome and finally give yourself the focus and attention that you deserve. Okay. So I would really love to hear from you guys, how this resonated with you, and truly wish you guys nothing but the best, and I would love to hear from you. If you guys are deciding to go back to school, I would love to hear, what you're wanting to go in for. So if you guys enjoyed this reading, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this reading, also please give this video a thumbs up. It truly, truly helps my channel out like you wouldn't believe. And I will see you guys in my next video, okay? I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you then, okay? Bye.